Check this story out. This is really, I feel like this is one where this guy did it just for the show. An ex-Intel CEO's mission to build a Christian AI, hasten the coming of Christ's return. This guy right here, this guy, let's zoom in on him, is going to build a Christian AI, because that's the thing we've been missing. When I open up my computer, or my small computer, my medium-sized computer, or the computer that can show up on the TV now, the main thing I want is Christ in the machine. The main thing I want is an algorithm that can capture the glory of Christ and lead me to salvation. So I'm really glad we're doing this. So let's talk about it. In March, 3 months after being forced out of his position, I'm sure it was for good reasons, of CEO at Intel and sued by shareholders, again, I'm sure it was not his fault, Patrick Gelsinger took the reins at Glue, a technology company made for what he calls the faith ecosystem. Think Salesforce for churches, plus chatbots and AI assistants for automating pastoral work and ministry support. If you're a cool, edgy atheist, you might be like, pastoral work, ministry support, what's that? Let me, junior pastor Michael, tell you about that. That's when people go to a human person because they're in spiritual or existential crisis, or they need help in their lives, or they're feeling despair or confusion. That's kind of one of the primary roles of a pastor, a minister, a priest, whatever it might be. So now they're trying to come up with an app for that, because that's what we've been wanting. I mean, the full on fucking symbiotic mutant mixing of the worst parts of neoliberalism and Silicon Valley logic and evangelicalism are just forming the grossest little baby that you've ever seen. And it's a baby that's getting more powerful by the day. The former CEO's career pivot is taking place as the U.S. tech industry returns to the political realm as a major revenue stream. What? Some of its most prominent present-day leaders have funded Trump's reelection. Yeah, we know that. Glue. I'm going to go with Glue. How should we say it? I don't know. If you can type it out how you think it said. Glue's executive chairman and head of technology, Gelsinger, has made it a core mission to soft power advance the company's Christian principles in Silicon Valley. It's weird how Christian principles, when most people who have a lot of money and power try to espouse Christian principles, are things about like individual autonomy and freedom, and like gay is bad or something. Not very biblical. He has $110 million. He wants tech products built by Goo to be adjusted to reflect users' theological beliefs. He says, my life's mission has been to work. Oh, this is good. My life's mission has been to work on a piece of technology that would improve the quality of life for every human on the planet and hasten the coming of Christ's return. This is the thing this guy thought. This guy had the thought, how can I use tech to hasten the return of Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior? How can I do computers so good that Jesus will come back? How can I program an app that's so good that on an eternal, non-temporal, omnipresent, metaphysically mysterious plane of existence beyond that which we could ever comprehend, Jesus sits up there and he sees this guy being so good at computer and so good at applications and things, and he says, you know what, Gooslinger, Gunslinger, the Glow app, whatever it is, it's so good. It's so good. Dad, can I go back? Is it cool? Great. I'm going back now. I'm going to go back. There's going to be a holy war. We're going to do a whole Left Behind thing, Kirk Cameron, things of that nature. Peter Thiel is going to be involved in this somehow, because this man was so good. He was so good at apps. It's pretty crazy. Glue says it serves over 140,000. Did I say that right? Yeah, 140,000. I'm not good at number. Faith ministry, nonprofit leaders, though its intended customers are not the same. It doesn't have as many as ChatGPT. Religiosities like Gelsinger's, a born-again Christian who is referred to Silicon Valley as his mission field. I love that in the Bible, Jesus is all like, oh, we got to help. We got to help poor people. We got to help marginalized people, immigrants, the oppressed, yada, yada. And this guy's just like, nah, Silicon Valley. No general model today represents Christian values well. He says, where there was once a very loud, very visible, where there was once purported atheism, there's now a very loud, very visible, very specifically Christian-inflected technological culture in Silicon Valley. Yeah, these are the guys who did the whole like annoying, obnoxious new atheism thing. And I honestly do think that sometimes there's a pretty clear path between snarky new atheism and weird Christian grifterism. Shout out friend of the show, Russell Brand. Yeah, they bring up Peter Thiel here, which, last week we talked about Peter Thiel and his obsession with the Antichrist. Now, speaking on October 7th at a seminar co-hosted by Glue, Colorado Christian University, a conservative college, and the Christian Post, a conservative evangelical Christian news outlet. Say that 9 times fast, or say that 666 times fast. He framed AI's developments as another Gutenberg moment, an epochal shift as important as the Reformation, in the same way that a plump little monk. That's a weird thing to say. I saw a plump little monk. Apologies for anyone who had to hear me say that. He used the printing press to catalyze the greatest period of human invention. He sees something similar in AI. The church embraced that great invention to literally change humanity. I think it's different. I personally think it's different. But what would I know? What would I know? A Jesus hackathon. Like, imagine again thinking you're so good at hacking and computer that you can make Jesus come back. Straddling the worlds of AI, Christianity, and faith, that Glow isn't solely focused on shaping the AI sector through Silicon Valley. It's also supporting a Christian tech ecosystem. That's cool. Though growing this, so yeah, they had a hackathon for Jesus, but they weren't able. This is really funny. Ryan Sieber, an AI product developer and hackathon attender, said he was able to get Glow's newest LLM, which has not been publicly launched, to provide him a recipe for methamphetamine through a prompt injection. Hey, Jesus. Yeah. How do I make meth? How do I make meth, Jesus? Jesus, how do I make good meth? He later communicated with the president to share details. A Glue spokesperson said the company invited hackathon attenders to be, so it was pre-beta stage. Here's all the attendees. They look cool. She looks a little bit like she's kind of like this bullshit. This guy's face is kind of like, I don't fucking know, man. This makes me feel kind of weird. He's like, I'll do anything for power. But she's like, what the fuck? Let's see what these guys are to. This guy's like, yes. And she's like, oh my God, oh my Lord, oh my Jesus Christ, I like this so much. I love it so much. Okay, well, let's be serious here. We're doing some real serious stuff here. He's finding friendly ears for the Christian AI in Washington, D.C. Glow and Gelsinger travel in conservative circles. That's really, really shocking to me. Hell yeah, Chick-fil-A. They're doing events with Chick-fil-A. We were talking about Chick-fil-A earlier. But he was also a guest at Biden's State of the Union. Glow itself strikes an ecumenical tone in its institutional messaging. It shied away from politics. When an attender shared plans on Discord to build an AI bot of Charlie Kirk, if I was Jesus, that's when I would come back to say, stop it. The conservative political figure assassinated, a hackathon organizer encouraged to stay solidly focused on Jesus, even as politics are definitely important. The Jesus hackathon. They said they don't prohibit Muslim organizations. That's good. So they're not trying to take a theological position. They're building we're building a Christian platform aiming at bringing Jesus back, but we are not trying to take a theological position. They want everyone to use it. They're saying, here's a broad tent. Great. They want faith to suffuse AI. Who's this? This guy looks cool. He spearheaded their flourishing AI initiative. Oh, this is awesome. Which evaluates large language models' effects on human welfare across 7 variables. This sounds very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like effective altruism coded. Their initiative has yet to visibly attract Silicon Valley's attention. They said it's starting to engage with prominent AI companies. I want Zuck to care. Don't we all? Don't we all wake up every day just thinking, God damn it, I want Zuck to care. I want Zuck to care about me. I want Zuck to care about things that matter to me. And yet, day in, day out, Zuck doesn't care if I live or if I die. Maybe Jesus will. But again, if you zoned out at any point, I just spent the last few minutes talking about how this guy right here is building a Christian AI. And this guy's Christian AI has the aim of bringing Jesus back from the beyond. Hey, thanks for watching this. In case you didn't know, I have a main channel where I post video essays and stuff like that. It's just called Michael Burns. There's a link. Would love for you to check that out. If you want to support the channel more, I have a Patreon. You can also hit up either of my beverage partners. There's Yes Please Coffee, who make the best gosh darn coffee in the world. You get 15% off with the code Burns Beans. And of course, my beloved new non-alcoholic beer sponsor, Years Beers. It's really good. There's a link below, and if you use it, you get 10% off your first order. So thank you so much. And if you ever want to watch these streams live, I'm live every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific. Okay, now the videos, now it's really over. So now you can go. I'm going to finish this. Now it's over. I'll see you guys for the next one.